Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the New Truth Talk podcast. We're gonna have a new co-host. His name is Emma. He's a good friend of mine.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Emma, just want to say thank you for having me here.
In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about a few things. We're gonna be talking about the Quando Rondo situation. We're also gonna be talking about Andrew Tate because I've been seeing a few of you guys commenting regarding that Andrew Tate, since he's been banned, that now that he's against the agenda, that I was wrong. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on that. And then last thing we're gonna be talking about is the Rap Act. I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard this, the law that they're trying to make because of Young Thug. I think it's Jay-Z that's behind it. We're going to be talking about all that. But before we begin, I just want to let you guys know how this podcast is going to work. Our goal is to release at least 3 to 4 episodes a week of the podcast on top of the regular 3 to 4 episodes that I do normally, the regular episodes. So you guys could expect that. So now let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to be talking about is Quando Rondo. It's sad what happened in that situation. I feel bad for the entire situation because if you think about it, the whole thing escalated for no reason. It was just some music. It was just a situation that escalated from music. And the saddest part of this all is that it's the agenda that's causing all this. It's the gangster rap agenda that started all the way back in the 80s and the 90s that is still going on to this day. We got artists that are passing because they're rapping about stuff and causing issues that they don't need to. It's unnecessary. You heard about what happened to Quando Rondo, right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all that something like that happened.
The situation escalated unnecessary because, if I'm not mistaken, Quando Rondo is from Atlanta and King Von is from Chicago. These two would have never had any of this type of problem. They should have never even had the situation if it wasn't for music. And I feel like Quando wasn't even someone that was looking at King Von like, oh, when I see him, I'm going to have a problem. I felt like it was more like, it's the music industry. And all the time, they're playing a role. 90% of the time, they're just pushing an agenda. They're playing out whatever they have to do to, sell records and to keep people on board with what they want. That's just how the music industry works. What I think is that King Von, he was beyond. You understand? He was someone that was demonic in a way. I'm actually working on a full video about him. The amount of people that passed because of King Von, it proves that there's something wrong with a man like that. It's demonic. It's not something normal. It's not like, oh, I have street problems. It almost seemed like he was taking an enjoyment in that. And then when you hear him rap about stuff like that, you can feel the energy, that demonic energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a demon, bro. King Von's a demon. He's accused of like 4 people already.
Yeah, more is what they're saying. But the thing is, I feel like that's the agenda that the rap music pushes. We're seeing this in full motion. Like, these kids would have never even had any altercation with each other. There would have never been no problem between each other. Quando Rondo, no matter how it looks, he wasn't in the wrong in this situation. He was just chilling, minding his business, sitting in his car, and King Von pulls up on him and, starts doing what he did. The situation escalated. But think about this. If you would have been in the same position, most likely would have defended yourself as well. Nobody wants to be in that position. You can't tell how someone's going to react in that position. And it's not like he provoked anybody. And I'm not defending it. I don't agree with the situation happening at all. I feel like it could have been all avoided. But in my opinion, Quando Rondo simply was defending himself in that situation. They're saying that it might not have been because of Little Durk or whatever, that they think it was the same people that got Pop Smoke. I feel like it's all connected. A lot of people, they have to live this facade. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I agree. I know that it was coming from Chirac, That ain't gonna just happen. They gotta, something like that, the way they would do it, they're not gonna want to make it seem like, oh, we did it right away. It's been, a year already?
Yeah.
So why not give it time? That's what they do. They don't want to make it obvious. They don't want people to even think that it was them. That's all connected. There's no question about that.
It's sad though, because these artists, even before they get signed, even before they get to a record label, they're already manipulated. They're already pushing the agenda because they have been manipulated to push that agenda, to live that gangster life. Me and you being from the Bronx, we grew up in the Bronx. We know each other for years. We saw a lot of this firsthand. We saw how the music truly manipulates people. We saw this personally. For the music to be the sole purpose that one person is gone and then now another person is going through all these problems should show people that these lyrics are more than just lyrics. And these rappers, they shouldn't be taunting each other because it's unnecessary. You're telling me if you're in a position where a rapper like Quando Rondo is or King Von is, where you're making millions of dollars and you're touring and you're living your dream, you're gonna do something to mess that up?
Not at all, man. These dudes is crazy. They sitting here going at it with each other, actually hurting each other over lyrics, over music, and y'all just all getting paid. Y'all made it out the hood, but y'all still trying to live like y'all in the hood. That's the problem with the rap game right now. They wanna be the head. They wanna be a demon. They wanna,
It's sad because that's the manipulation. And me and you coming from the Bronx, we saw the manipulation young. We saw that happen. We saw it growing up. And that's why I put you on this podcast. That's why I asked you to, because I know that you're going to give the other side. You have a completely different opinion from me. And that's why I wanted people to see your opinion and see mine. But there's going to be moments where we have the same opinion, because even though you're from the streets, you still grew up. You still went and you noticed, hey, you know what? This isn't the way. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a more positive way. And these rappers are living this positive way, but it's still spreading the negative energy. They're still trying to feed off the negative energy and continue to profit from that negative energy. And that's the problem, because they're spreading this evil to these kids. Look at drill music in the Bronx. You go to the Bronx more often than me, so you be seeing in the areas how things are. And you see that the Bronx drill music has been literally destroying these kids left and right.
Yeah.
And it just continues to grow. And that's my problem. That's what I don't understand. We see what happens every time. Quando Rondo, his friend, is gone. He's not going to see his friend again because of a situation that happened over music, over social media. It wasn't even real beef. These people didn't really know each other. They're from two different parts of the country. They don't know each other. They would not be beefing. But the reason they started doing this problem back and forth with each other is because they have to act like they're tougher than everybody else. They have to act like they're the big bad gangster. That's what they're selling. It's a facade. It's to keep people interested because people love this and it's part of the agenda. That's what they're doing it for. And back to the situation. If your brother was Quando Rondo and you saw that happen in Quando Rondo, you'll most likely do the same thing, right?
Absolutely, man. You know,
And it's not because you're evil.
nah, I'm surrounded by a bunch of dudes that call themselves demons, and all they post about is the violence that they do. Now, if I see you attacking my brother with a bunch of your people, I probably would have did what Lil Tim did. So I can't say Lil Tim is wrong for what he did for protecting his brother.
Exactly, and that's my point. My point is I don't agree with none of it. I feel like the entire situation could have been avoided. But we cannot sit here and blame Quando Rondo and Little Tim because of how the situation played out when they weren't the ones who started it. Unfortunately, that's the way it ended. I don't have any problem with any of these artists, but King Von, he was truly someone demonic. You know, I hope God forgave him and God rest his soul, but he was someone who fed off demonic energy. He rapped about the evil he was causing. And that's what's creating such of a problem in our world, in our current society. These kids are living and thriving off evil. They don't want to be a good, they want to be evil.
How many kids want to be like King Von after he came out? How many kids is loving King Von's music and trying to live up to his music themselves?
So many of them, and it's the sad reality of our world. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about Andrew Tate now. I've seen so many of you guys commenting under the Andrew Tate video, every time I check my comments ever so often, saying the same thing. Andrew Tate is banned. Since he's banned, that means that he's against the agenda. Truth, you were wrong. You were wrong. I knew you were wrong. Listen, they banned Donald Trump. They've banned so many rappers. These companies, these social media platforms, they're going to protect themselves first. The situation that Andrew Tate is going through is a bad situation and is affecting women. And you know that right now in our current world, in our PC world, that is not acceptable. The people that run these companies are going to clean themselves of the situation. It's not that they're against Andrew Tate. They honestly don't care about Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was bringing traffic into their site. What they don't want is the controversy. They don't want to have to deal with the situation. They don't want to have to deal with the problem. Before you guys say someone is against the agenda, you need to see what the man is preaching. I've done 2 videos on him. I've already showed you and told you guys repeatedly what Andrew Tate really truly represents. What do you feel about Andrew Tate?
I feel like he's a bad man. I don't like Andrew Tate, to be honest. I don't like what he represents. I don't like the way he is as a person, you know. He's promoting such a bad thing to these kids that it's not a joke, you know, like you say. We have to stop letting these kids see all the negative that's actually pushing them to be negative people, you know?
Yeah, because we're telling them it's cool. If you're older and you got money and you look fly and you got all this stuff and you're telling the kids that don't have that want it, oh, this is what you got to do to have it and this is what makes you cool, that's what is going on. We have to take responsibility and accountability for the message and the influence that we're putting out in the world. Andrew Tate is not a positive guy. He's not someone that you should look up to just because he has money and cars. Now, I understand that a lot of people are saying that he's bringing back masculine men, but that is not being a masculine man. A man is a person that respects women and respects himself as well. He's not going to let a woman walk all over him, but he's also not going to be there yelling at her or disrespecting her either. A man is a man that carries himself with dignity. He looks at a woman the same way he looks at his mom or his daughter. It's a respecting. So the way that Andrew Tate says that women are property and that he does whatever he wants with them and they have no value and stuff like that, that shows you that he does not respect women. And that doesn't make him more man because he doesn't respect women. A person like Andrew Tate, all you have to do is understand. If he's telling you the truth, that he's gonna free you from the matrix and guide you to the other side and help you be free, why is he telling you have to give him $50 a month? And then if you really wanna know the truth, you gotta give him $3,000 to be a part of his secret club. Like, just think about this. Not only is it a pyramid scheme, he's selling you a lifestyle that he's not going to actually give you by telling you you're going to be rich with $50 a month. He's the one that's going to be rich. He's the one that's making millions of dollars a month. Him being banned is just going to get him more hype because everyone's talking about him again. He'll be unbanned in a few days. He'll find a way to correct it either by paying something off, and that's it. He's back on. But the people are really manipulated to think that this guy, the person who's telling them that they're brokies if they don't have enough money, they're brokey, they're worth nothing if they're not as rich as him. If they don't got a Bugatti, they're worthless. The same man who's also saying that he's going to start his own secret society, his own Illuminati, his own Freemason. This is the man that people are looking like he's the one that's against the agenda. I haven't heard nothing yet, nothing that Andrew Tate has said that sounds like he's against the agenda.
Not at all. He's a part of the agenda if he's talking about making the Freemasons and the Illuminati. People got to understand it. Just for him to say that, it's because those are things that he admires.
I 100% agree. Not only does he look up to it, but since his father was a CIA agent and in the military, his father was probably a Freemason as well. The CIA is literally ran by high-ranking Freemasons. Andrew Tate, to me, he's a scammer. Because he's admitted to being a scammer. He said this before. He's a scammer who's literally getting rich off of using his intelligence. He's using manipulation to manipulate people to think, I'm not selling you a course, I'm selling you a lifestyle. You join Hustlers University and you're gonna be like Andrew Tate. I'm going to teach you to be like me and you're going to get rich. Even though Andrew Tate isn't the one that's giving the lectures, he isn't the one that's showing anything, there hasn't even been results of anyone that's gotten rich. Nobody has gotten rich. The only person that's gotten rich off of this is him. He's the only one making millions.
And people got the nerve to say that he's against the agenda.
Yeah, and people believe this. I've been getting so many comments, especially after he got banned. I have no problems with Andrew Tate. I don't even know who Andrew Tate is. All I know is what he's putting out to the world. And what he's putting out to the world is negative. Now, me and you were talking about it the other day. The video, the situation with him and the girl, he was saying that the girl was into that kind of stuff and that's why he did it to her because she likes it. That's what they're into. If that's what they're into, I'm not going to judge them. That's not my problem. But I still don't agree with him putting that out there because it's influencing guys, little kids to do things, to do exactly what they're seeing him do to people women that probably don't want that to be done to them. And he's telling them that's what a top G would do. That's another thing. Do you think this guy's a top G? You coming from the Bronx, do you think that this guy's a top G?
Man, he ain't no G. He's just an old dude that's trying to manipulate people to give him their money and profit off of everybody. That's all he's doing. He goes on these shows, he talks all this talk, he disrespects women. I don't agree with that video for the simple fact I got a daughter, I got kids, I got nieces and nephews. They don't need to see that at all. But some women do like that. For them to talk about what he did to the woman in the video, that's between them. Some people have their own preference. Some females like it, some females don't.
And look, yeah, I'm not here to judge any female, but the problem is when he's posting it online to his millions of people, there is no context behind before then, and the kids are literally seeing this and saying, this is what the top G does, this is what I gotta do. This is the man that's influencing our generation. He's the one that's got these kids riled up, and he's the one that's telling them that they could be rich like them, that they're stuck in the matrix because they don't have the Bugatti and the nice cars and the millions of dollars, when materialism is the matrix itself. Wanting more is what's gonna keep you in the matrix. When the fact that you realize that you don't need materialistic objects to feel like you're happy or to think that you've made it, that's when you realize that you escaped the matrix. This world is all about money. Everything is about money and buying and having and buying and having. Andrew Tate is telling you you can escape this world by doing exactly what this world wants you to do. So now let's move on. Let's talk about the Rap Act. The Rap Act is this new law that I believe is Jay-Z that's behind it. It's due to what happened to Young Thug. Recently, Young Thug, got arrested. I've already stated that I believe he's gonna get released because he's a Freemason. But now I feel like there's a bigger agenda with this whole arrest, because now they're trying to push this Rap Act that's gonna protect these rappers from their lyrics being used against them in a court of law. I have to disagree with this. I don't want no one to have to deal with the police, but I also don't want people committing evil and running around destroying other people's lives. That also needs to be addressed. If you're in there in your song rapping about someone that, that actually passed and you're responsible for it and you're bragging about it, the family of the person that passed, they're going to be hearing all this and they're going to have to relive it every day, and they're going to have to feel the pain every day because you want to taunt and you want to make a song about it for clout. And the law providing a law that protects them from this is just nonsense. I believe if you're literally rapping about the real evil that you've done, then yeah, you should definitely be persecuted for it, because you're taking things to another level. You should have already gotten arrested for the crime itself, but now you want to brag about it and make people rap along with you these lyrics that are basically you taunting someone that's gone. You understand? Like, I understand that rappers should have freedom of speech, and if the cops are investigating you for something that sounds like what you're rapping about, then you can't blame them. What is your opinion on the Rap Act?
I mean, I don't feel like they should use these lyrics against artists. I feel like the cops need to do a better job at trying to build a case instead of just, hey, let me pick this rapper here because he said. I feel that the cops need to do a better job at trying to solve a case than using lyrics. I don't feel that it's right to use lyrics.
Answer this question. Let's say the rapper is rapping about the thing that actually happened, though. He's telling you how it happened, when it happened, what time it happened, exactly how it happened, where he ran off to when he finished doing it, how he jumped in a car and drove away and then made a song about it. He puts all that in a song. And you're the cop that are already investigating this guy because he's already being investigated for this. And you hear this song. It's matching detail upon detail. You're expecting the cops not to use that in court?
I still don't feel that they should use lyrics in court, because I could be rapping about something that somebody else did.
Yeah, and I agree. If you're rapping about something that you didn't do and it's not real, then they wouldn't be investigating you. But I'm saying, Young Thug is being investigated right now because they have proof of the things he's actually done. That's the reason. They're saying that they have proof. It's not like they just picked Young Thug because he's Young Thug. Young Thug, there's been situations around his gang and his crew that has already gotten the police to start investigating them. But the fact that they went through their lyrics as well, they're not saying that they did this because of the lyrics. They're not saying, oh, the lyrics, and then I started investigating him. They're saying we were investigating him, and when we were investigating him and I started going through their lyrics, I saw that he rapped about doing this to this guy. This guy actually has something happen to him. I saw him say this about this guy. This guy actually has something happen to him. So you start putting two and two together. Young Thug is a famous rapper who's been famous for years now. Why does he still need to be in the streets? We spoke about that earlier. There's no reason for someone who's making money in that level, who's a successful artist, to be in the streets. But is that Young Thug is a Freemason who's part of the agenda, who's pushing the agenda. I still hold on to the fact that I think he's going to get released. Do you think that his Freemason brotherhood would play a part in him getting released?
I mean, I don't see Young Thug lasting a long time in jail either. I see him getting denied all these bond hearings lately. And all the bond hearings he's been getting denied lately. But I don't see Thug doing too much time in jail. He's too powerful. He got the best lawyers. Although they saying there's people snitching on him in the case. So we will have to see how that goes,
I feel like the Masons be looking out for each other, especially in his level. Like, there's got to be countless judges and stuff that are Masons, and countless people of power, like lawyers and stuff, that are going to pull strings. It's going to be a show because they can't just make it look like, oh, he got away with it scot-free. They have to make it a show. So he's going to stay in there for a few weeks, and then he's going to come out. He's going to drop an album. It's going to sell millions of dollars. They're honestly probably going to use this as a way to push in this Rap Act, which is going to make music like drill music even more dangerous. Music like drill music that's already causing so much problems out there. If now these kids they know that they're not going to be persecuted for their lyrics, what's going to stop them from rapping about it even more?
I mean, you're right. That's true. I have to agree with you on that one. But me personally, I just feel like as a civilian, as a regular person that's not on the side of the law, these cops, if y'all want to make an arrest, why don't you actually put in some work? Why don't you actually get witnesses? Why don't you actually do things like that? Why are you using lyrics?
But that's the thing. If they're over here doing what you said, they're telling witnesses that they're about to come after them if they talk, then it becomes a problem.
I just feel like they shouldn't be able to do that, because I could be rapping about something that you did, you know, or my brother did, or anybody.
In my opinion, the agenda is too strong. It's already affecting too many people for them to make. This is just going to make it even more effective. The drill music problem is going to escalate even more. There's nothing to stop these kids from doing this, and they're literally taunting each other, and their families are the ones that are hearing this. The mothers are the one that's dealing with this. They're the one that have to go through the pain. We have to understand this is what that represents. Like, again, I'm not saying I'm on the side of the law. I'm on the side of good, and I'm on the side of the truth. And honestly, I don't think the law is on the side of any of that. But what I do know is that without the law, we would have total chaos in the world. And we need some type of authority to have some type of balance in our world. Whether the authority take advantage, of course they do. But these rappers shouldn't be able to run wild and then do the evil they're doing and then rap about it word for word. Make it a popular song where everybody in the world is hearing it. Fans are cheering it on and people are loving it. They're all literally celebrating what happened to a poor soul.
You heard something? You heard something about them saying how Young Thug ordered YFN Lucci to get him,
For them to do something to him in prison.
and that in retaliation, he had that done to Young Thug's baby's mother.
Yeah, they're saying that, but then the thing with the baby mom, I personally think it was Young Thug himself. I felt like I said it before. I honestly still to this day think that was a sacrifice ritual. When Young Thug was asked about it, he showed that he really didn't care about her. So I don't think that YFN Lucci would have went after her if he knew Young Thug didn't care about her. Young Thug hadn't spoken to her for years, like they weren't close or anything. He released an album right after that. He released an album cover, and he was covered in blood, and it looked like how these occult rituals work. They show us beforehand. I believe that he was letting us know that he made a sacrifice. Whether that sacrifice was Little Keed or his baby mom, that's where I'm not sure, and I can't say 100% which one it was, but it did seem like he was ready to make a sacrifice by posting that photo. To end this discussion about the Rap Act, I just feel like we need to hold these rappers accountable. If you're rapping about the evil that you actually did, even if you're rapping about stuff that you didn't do, you still have to take accountability for the influence and for what you're putting out to the world. These kids are gonna soak up all the stuff that you're saying. It's the reason why these drill artists are the way they are. They're 17, 18, 16 years old. They're manipulated since birth. They don't even need to sign a record deal to play out the record label's agenda. They're playing out the record label's agenda because they've been manipulated from hearing the music industry for years.
I agree, man. I see it all the time, you know, and where we from, we see it all the time, you know. I see the young kids, everybody in every hood want to be a rapper, beefing with the next hood, going to war with each other over this rap stuff. But, you know, what can we do to change that? We try to change it by doing things like this. You've been trying to change it for a long time already.
And we're going to continue. And I feel like I've made progress. We've grown the channel, and a lot of people have personally reached out and told me that I've changed the way they see the world and I've helped them see the truth. And that is the reason I do this. I want to make sure that I could get to as many people as possible to see the truth. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. We're going to wrap it up here. I really appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you so much. MI is going to be the new permanent host. He shares a different opinion. He might even do a few solo episodes for the second channel. We're working on that as well. But he definitely has a different opinion, and I've known him for years. One of my closest friends. I wanted to bring in a different opinion into the podcast. Someone that doesn't always think like me. Someone who knows similar things like me, because he knows we spoke about a lot of the stuff. We talk in private about a lot of the same stuff I cover on the channel. He also shares his own view of life because we grew up differently in many ways, even though we're from the same streets. I want to just let you guys know that we're going to be trying to do at least 3 to 4 of these a week. You guys can still expect the normal 3 episodes, the normal 3 Truth Talk episodes that I release every week. And thank you guys again. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon, where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.